Hey, really excited to share this little tool with you. We've been experimenting kind of at the intersection of generative AI, design, and psychology, and came up with this. I don't know if you've heard of Enneagram, but it's a personality framework that's popular with a lot of folks in our network. And there's kind of nine types of people in this framework, type one to type nine. And we had the idea of what if you could use generative AI to help people understand each other better, kind of do an English to English translation. So the idea here is that you put in the personality type that you are, and then the personality type of a person that you need to have a tough conversation with. And then you give a bit of information about what's going to go on in that tough conversation, and it produces some analysis plus some questions to get you started. And the questions are framed in such a way that the person hearing the questions is able to easily hear them, given their personalities type. So you get started here, um, and you select your type. So um, I'm going to put four as the individualist. And let's say I'm talking to someone who's a perfectionist. Um, and let's say I need to have a tough conversation in a performance review, um, and I need to give them some critical feedback. So this is a little UI tweak we did. People need to elaborate more generally from what they describe, but it's hard for people to write a lot. So we auto-generate some multiple choice questions for them to respond to. So what is it relating? Let's say it's related to their interaction. Um, and then it dives even deeper regarding their interaction with other colleagues or teamwork. Is the issue more about difficulty receiving feedback, dominance or control over a group task, or the lack of engagement on team projects? Because it's generative AI, I can actually just say none of these, or actually say B. Yeah, let's see, let's try that. And then so it's going to take a while to analyze the conversation for us. Um, Now, we chose in this case to make the analysis more verbose, to make it more detailed. Um, we've had feedback from different people. Some people say that they want less here. Some people like the really long detail. Um, in general, we like to lean more towards too much rather than too little. And so ultimately, what this is doing is taking both discussing the similarities between the types, the differences between the types, and then their alliance, the place where they overlap. So um, the in order to frame the conversation and the approach that the two might take in the conversation. So here's the analysis, and then down here it gives the starter question. So it gives the suggestion of, I appreciate your commitment to striving for the best results in our team projects. Have you considered how the team dynamics play into achieving these desired results? And so this is trying to connect with that person's personality type specifically and how they might like to hear things and what kinds of framing will actually like resonate with them so that the conversation starts in the right foot and people are really hearing each other. Um, this is all done with prompt engineering and JavaScript. We don't actually use any retrieval augmentation here. Didn't end up being necessary. We have a very long system prompt, but that's about it. And this is a gesture in the direction for us of how generative AI could help build bridges between people, help create new forms of communication and relation between people. And thinking about generative AI not just as a way to accomplish tasks, but actually as a new medium of communication and as a communication technology. We'd love to hear from you if you get a chance to try it out. It's at sisu.is, sisu.is. And let us know if you get to play with it and if it helps you with any tough conversations. Thanks.